All right, welcome
Anyway,
back,
welcome
everybody.
back, guys.
We've just been talking about our death throes as old men.
Of 26 and 31.
20, yeah, we're so old then. I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna put this core in this monument. So
And game developer years, we're in our 80s.
yeah, you are
Legally dead.
Yeah. That's true.
No, this is a weird thing with the game industry, though, because especially until, like, before recently, like, the burnout rate is such that people tend to not stay in the industry super long term. It tends to be, like, the industry tends to be filled with a lot of just younger blood out of school who's not been put through so much crunch that they're exhausted by it.
Hell, yeah.
So, like, if you have 10 years game experience, like if you even 5, you are like the sage at the top of the mountain that the young kids go up to, and you're the one who has all the history and the stories. Even if you've only been working 5 years, like you don't have any of the. It's very rare to run into that situation like with other industries where people say, "Oh, I've been in the meatpacking industry for 40 years, my whole life."
Yeah, well, like because I feel like I don't know. I feel like you always switch jobs in your 20s, even like up to like 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like they tend to settle in a career and just like, yes, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess we're also looking at a really small sample size of people, which is, game developers.
That's true. And it is getting better generally in the industry, like working conditions. I mean, there are still absolutely places that crunch their people to death and just exhaust them and churn through people and just bring in fresh faces every year to also churn through, but that's becoming less common.
Well,
fortunately.
yeah, as games industry gets more and more lucrative, it's especially once we find a sustainable way of creating games. Like, just in terms of like, we're not all AAA all the time.
Yeah,
AAA is really hard to maintain because the hit rate is really low and the success rate is really low and the cost is really high.
And we're already seeing it scale back. I mean, there are fewer names in the AAA scene than there used to be.
That's very, very important. Like, that's definitely intentional.
Like
games are just getting way too expensive to make.
Yeah. A lot of them, even the ones that are recognizable names, are kind of scaling back toward the AA range, which is much more less likely to
just like screw your company if you mess up with a game.
Much more sustainable, and it's probably healthier. Like, I like that we've got a much wider array of scale of games coming out.
Yeah, it's definitely way healthier, and it's like it also allows for more stuff like this, right?
Yeah,
where you can just get away with trying stuff because the budget isn't $50 million. And like a lot of people are like, why don't we see more innovation in the AAA industry? It's like, well, because if you innovate and screw up, you lose $50 million.
Yeah, like everyone loses their job.
Yeah, like 500,000 of people can lose a job off of it.
Yeah, when millions of dollars are on the line, and like tens of millions of dollars are on the line, it's scary. You want and you need a hit. Yeah. And sometimes, you could, like, taking a risk on an innovation could pay off in spades, or more likely just result in lackluster sales.
Right, or even if it's just like fine sales, right?
Or
like,
even just kind of sales.
You could sell like 700,000 copies, but if you poured $100 million into your game,
that's not enough.
Not enough, not nearly enough. So it's a really tough line to walk. That's why I'm so happy about the indie scene and how accessible game making. Oh, geez, okay.
Whoa, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's chasing you.
Yeah. Okay.
This discussion can wait.
Indies are really good. Okay.
Yeah, but what the games you remember? Like, people remember Bastion. People love Bastion. Like, I feel comfortable saying probably less than a dozen people were involved in the creation of this game.
I would guess
my guess.
I would guess sub 20.
Okay, sub 20.
Yeah.
We'll be generous. Like, factoring in various actors and performers and other folks.
Now the kid can do the same.
I forgot the spear was even a weapon in this.
Yeah. It's another one of those things that Devil was like a ranged weapon. Wait. Sort of like awkwardly poking this guy with a stick.
It's a cool looking little monster.
Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit. Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator scraps.
Yeah, I think Indy.
Hi, cat.
Oh my God, cat.
Another cat.
Just
Can't have an episode without
further cats.
customary cat appearance. Different cat this time, though.
One
Oh, wait,
bad
Prinny.
step and that
Also,
dog
Carrie's not in the room
runs.
anymore, so I can do stuff like Carrie. Send do a picture. Cut out a picture from Scott's extra credits poster of all three of the cats and put them up. So this one's Gwynny, this one's Pretty, and this one's the name that I forget.
This other one's Kaylee.
Kaylee.
She is a brat.
Okay.
Prinny's the nice one, but she's scared. Oh no, she and Gwynny are, but whatever.
Let's get into like specifically all the personalities of the cats on this internet show. I'm pretty sure it will like increase our YouTube views by a ton.
I feel like, yeah, give the internet what it wants.
Yeah.
Feed cats to the internet.
I don't know. I mean, that's a little
Those leaping lunkheads
little
don't
express
Queen
like
Anne any
like
better than
excessive. I don't really want.
We're not a show of half measures, Dan.
Just going all out. This isn't called Extra Wimps. This show is called friggin' Extra Credits. Don't mess around. Give it to me! I want it. What do I do?
What would extra wimps be? Like what's that show?
I think it's just like us playing games, but like not actually going, like being really tentative about all of it. Or giving like design advice, but not actually like being sure of ourselves.
I had just no confidence. It's like, I don't know. This
like-
is my
I don't
experience.
know, what do you think of Bastion? I don't know, it's alright.
I think it's
like,
pretty good,
what do you-
personally.
Is the narration good? It's like, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
Bro,
what do you
like-
think about like the repeated lines? Like, oh yeah, that's right. They're not very.
Not very good.
Yeah.
But like, you
sorry.
may like it.
You might. Yes, you might. I don't know.
Some people might. Your mileage may vary.
Yeah. I have no strong opinions whatsoever. All right.
Ain't gonna get
Extra wimps. Write
Extra-
that down. That's
extra-
gonna. Let's do that. That's next.
Ain't gonna get her later. You use a kid as bait.
Okay.
It was a fun improv game, actually.
Yeah.
The shards.
Brainstorm a bad show
Brainstorm a
idea
bad
on the
show.
spot.
Now
Yeah.
she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go.
Whoa. Sorry, I know that's not the first of these birds we've seen.
Ah!
It surprised me.
Can you just like react incredibly vigorously every time we find any enemy whatsoever?
You better go.
I can do this.
All right.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. All right.
That
Good.
was fun.
All right. Yeah. That's enough of that.
In retrospect,
Yeah. Our voices are on like, what is this? This is episode like 11 or some
Something.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
This feels like episode
Whoa.
84.
It's because we stopped talking about the game for a while and have been talking about other things for 3 episodes, and I
Yeah.
suddenly started paying attention again, and was like, well, what's all's happening here?
Oh god. Oh Jesus. We have made some progress. Oh god.
Oh, man.
So there's actually a part in this.
Rest in peace, Queen Anne.
Nice.
That was for the brushers.
You can. I think you can get through this without actually killing her.
Oh, really?
I forget how. Which I found kind of odd because it doesn't actually pay off because he obviously has a line for both outcomes.
Sure.
But he doesn't.
Doesn't influence anything else.
Well, I mean, not, that's the other thing is that like not a lot of these lines actually have any bearing.
Oh, sure.
It's all just in the head, and like it's all just like, hey, this is just for the player's benefit. But I think it's more along the lines of that because it's so big a thing that you're almost not even looking for another narrative choice. So when he says the line like "Rest in peace, Queen Anne," like that feels normal. And if you just escape because he's telling you run away, that just feels normal. You just like kid gets out of there as quickly as possible.
Sure. It doesn't really highlight it.
Right, it doesn't highlight the fact that you had a choice there. But I mean, that's another thing that shows like
Queen Anne
how it was
dreams
super
of
important.
got a crown jewel.
The way they set it up at the beginning, right, where there's obvious things the player opted into.
But you know what?
The fact that it all feels planned, like you
Yeah.
may go through a lot of this game without realizing how many little options you had for a lot of these encounters.
Right.
Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
And I think it definitely goes to show that the correct setup is really what makes it.
They're actually making a lot of progress in this.
Yeah, that's the find the 6 cores and then find the 6 shards is sort of how I divide the game up.
Okay. Sorry, for you guys, this has probably been like 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah.
of shows. For us, this is just one night. So.
Oh yeah, this is we're just trucking.
Yeah, man.
We're just doing this.
Rolling. I love his little pensive look down there in the corner. Just like deep thoughts.
The machete or the musket? I see. Wait, hold on. Does he have like little, like underwear on?
Like are just like little boxers
like
he's wearing?
shorts?
They don't.
They got like a little pith symbol on them. That's not what he's wearing normally, right? No, he's got pants on.
Yeah, why is he just in boxers here?
Just takes his pants off to like consider his weapons.
I do this to think.
I come here to think. Don't judge me!
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds.
I like that they've also chosen to. I mean, they're delivering narrative in so many places, but I do like that they even use loading screens just for little tidbits.
Right, like it's loading screens. I'm glad with the loading screen technology we've come up with in the last like 5 years or so, because it's super important that we find like all of these places with dead space and then we actually do something with them. Oh god. I have made a terrible mistake.
Oh, did you choose bad weapons?
No, I just started running in, not paying attention even a little bit. You.
The army's triggers once had.
It's a good thing you took back over playing this because, boy oh boy.
Yeah.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam! Just like my fighting days. Gun like that can even put the wilds in check.
But what were we talking about?
I don't even remember.
Oh god.
How long have we been going?
Let's plays are really hard, man.
They actually are harder than you might think.
Yep.
I've been.
We're talking about.
Carrie and I've been working actually to get the channel kind of up and running for the last couple weeks, and still got a good couple weeks left of stuff to do. So it's just been one of the only things I've been thinking about in my spare time, just because every time it's like, all right, I need to design the intro, I need to design the logos, we got to design that, just come up with what we're gonna do. So it's this is actually actually sitting down to do it is actually relaxing.
Yeah.
By comparison.
We had I may have just received cake.
Cake might have just arrived.
Oh my god, you guys have no idea how excited I am.
Surprise cake.
Cat is eyeing my cake.
Let's Plays will have to wait, guys. We'll be back with another episode next time, because there is cake not 2 feet in front of us.
All right, we'll get. Okay, I'm gonna fall off the bridge. Now, we're gonna finish this. Damn it! We're gonna finish this level, and then we're gonna eat cake.
Okay, that'll be our reward.
Yeah, finishing. We're gonna do so good, Dan.
Hurry up.
What are we talking about? Loading screen technology.
We were talking. Yeah.
But yeah, there's. I mean, loading times are. Well, they're supposed to be faster. They're not always faster, but loading times are always just this dead space, and like a lot of game design lately has been trying to figure out how to minimize waiting, because we just identify as like, hey, these are terrible loading screens that we have to, like, this is terrible, not fun playing the game time that we have. So like the idea of minimizing it is really smart, but having the thought of, well, what do we do with damn it, I'm thinking of too many things at once. But we have... Damn it! But we have the... Like, finding stuff to do there and finding out what you want to do with it is really interesting. Because, like, this game is using it for lore, Dark Souls uses it for, like, item descriptions.
Which is sometimes lore, but other times just useful information.
But even then, like, some of it is... what was the word? Demon Souls is all lore, right? It's just all cool characters that are like mythological, right?
Does it even give information? Usually it's just like
just the name
portrait
and
name, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, go check this guy out. And it's like, that's a cool guy. And then you find them eventually and you're like, oh my god, I know that guy. Yeah, it feels very much like a mythology, right? Like, here's this character, and then they're just all you know is a picture and a name, and then you get to see them eventually. God!
I love this ranged combat.
Can I just have 1 minute, please? Okay, I just ran into a fruit. Okay, where did you come, sir? Sir, where? Damn.
Boy, you need your machete.
Yeah. Got him. Oh, this is a trick. Can we just not talk like the next 5 minutes or whatever?
I could just listen to this music for a while, frankly.
Yeah.
Like, at least we're playing a game where if we stop talking, I can just crank up the audio and we can jam to cool music for a bit.
Carrie, if we ever stop talking for very long, put in, like, one of our heads, like, bobbing up and down in the rhythm. Okay. I'm gonna fall.
I just pictured it.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do that.
Oh my god.
Use your imagination.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, just put a little bean head and move it up and down. I'll call that good.
Oh.
Of course, the Grand Rails seen much more fighting in bygone times. Near on 50 years ago,
No.
first shots fired in the
Got him.
Urassianian War.
I hope we can someday record another Battle of the Dan series.
I believe it is possible.
It may happen someday.
Ura forefathers.
We're now living in
Sit up.
completely different corners of this country.
We need to get a fourth Dan and put them in the northeast, and then we'll be
We
good.
do. I mean, at this point, like, the rate of Dan acquisition is only increasing.
Yeah.
So
based on our 3 points of data,
yeah, I get the like.
we should have
this point,
2 more tomorrow.
Any of you watching this who are named Dan, I want you to just consider it an inevitability that you will be on the extra credits team within 5 years.
You will be consumed.
So, like, if you could start making some moving plans now,
Yeah.
it'll only make it easier for
We
you.
would also appreciate that you develop some important skill that makes our lives easier.
Yeah, for real. Like,
I don't have the current thought processing power for you to figure out what that skill is, but just make it good.
if any of you could step in and take over half of my workload,
Well,
Yeah.
that would be phenomenal.
Or if any of you can rap battle. That's also
That's
very-
actually an enormous gap in our team skill set.
Yeah, we don't have a good rap battling contingent on the extra credits team, which I found to be a huge oversight
It's
when I joined the team.
it has held us back.
Yeah, I was very much looking forward to the extra credits rap battle, the extra credits showing at the rap battle finals, which we were unfortunately unable to attend due
Yeah.
to our lack of rap battling.
It was a good excuse.
Okay,
Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
it's not fun, Dan. I
not
don't know.
fun.
I don't know what it is, but it's certainly not fun. Okay, I'm just hitting all.
You were
of it.
just boy.
Wow, there are a lot of things I shouldn't be
What's that
stepping on
Yoshi's
when I'm stepping
island
on.
level touched fuzzy get dizzy?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
this map. Touch, except it's just touch
Touch
flower, can't see.
Touch flower, fall off. Something fancy.
Something fancy.
Okay, that is large. Ha!
But then, at last, it's the end of the line.
Got him. Alright,
Swamp weed out of those boots for days.
got him. You like
I do. It's a long level.
Yeah, I think this is where the action game starts getting in the way. Like, I actually think that the action game is a pretty decent backdrop, right? Because you want something that you want a mechanic that will carry the player through, that they're going to enjoy, like that like consumes enough of their consciousness that they're interested in what's going on, but not so much that they forget about the cool story that's going on.
Sure.
But at this point, like, as they start ramping up the difficulty in this thing, it starts to lose its ability to do both at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Which is why, like, when you take JRPGs...
Turns out he's wrong.
Hey, buddy!
Hey.
It's for you, says the man. Then wham.
Ow! Douche.
You left a letter.
I think it's an apology.
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
He just left you 100 experiences.
Only
Sweet.
words the kid recognizes on that parchment.
Thanks, bro.
Are for Zia. Well,
Also, now they've disabled my my roll here so that they can pace it out better.
He took the shard.
Mm-hmm.
He took the hit. And he took that note.
All right, we are going to be back with the next thing in a little bit after cake.
Alright.
All right, see ya.
See you guys. Oh, wow.